the pencil parable is something which is very important to everybody who is going through a career, to embark on a career or being a student. Now, in the beginning, the pencil, when it was manufactured, the maker of the pencil told the pencil that you should remember 5 things before I send you to the world. So that you can become the most beautiful pencil or the best pencil you can be. So let's see what are those. First, you will be able to do many great things, but only if you allow yourself to be in someone's hand. So the pencil maker told the pencil that you let yourself to be controlled by somebody. It can be your boss, it can be your parents, it can be God, but you believe that somebody needs to control you initially. Second one, as you move, you will experience sharpening from time to time. So as human beings, we have also experienced that we get sharpening from time to time. So the pencil also gets sharpening to become a better pencil. Third one, pencil makes mistakes, we erase them. Pencil accepts. Again, it writes on. Human beings also, we make mistakes, but we have to learn from our mistakes. The mistakes make us realize what has been our fault, what should be the game plan, what has gone wrong. So this becomes a very great experience and introspection for us. Fourth one, the most important part of you will be always what's inside. You have to ask what is inside, your thoughts, your beliefs, your internal feelings, your internal alma mater. These things are mattering most. And fifth, no matter what condition, you must continue to write. You must always have a clear, legible mark, no matter how difficult the situation. In fact, as human beings, the entire lifespan, we experience the same thing. And we need to actually be like a pencil. Whatever roughness comes, whatever hindrance comes, we must move on. We must have a plan to move ahead. So now the pencil is ready to move on to the world, take on to the world. The pencil understood, promising to remember, and went into the box, fully understanding the maker's purpose. Here we can say, take maker as a god and we as a pencil. Now replacing the pencil with you, always remember them and never forget, you will become the best person you can. So this is what we need to tell about perspective management today. You will be able to many great things if you allow to be held in the hands of God and allow other human beings to assess you for many gifts you possess. Yes, human beings are being gifted by God. Many gifts. We need to share some of the gifts for overall benefit, mutual benefit. Then anyone can become very acceptable socially at the workplace as an individual. So these are all the repetitions of the same, that we need painful sharpening from time to time. We have seen that life is not a easy journey. We all face some sort of crisis, some sort of problems, but we need to go on. We need to have a strong plan. We need to be resilient. That okay, if this is the crisis time, what should be my game plan? How should I wake up from this? How should I bounce back? So, like the pencil, whatever be the hindrance, it goes on writing. It makes mistakes, it is being rubbed, it goes on writing. So, correct mistakes you might make or grow through them. You will always be what is inside you. You cannot say that what is inside and what am I are different. It cannot be. Then you are not a true human being, you become a human being in disguise, which is not a good scenario. So no matter in every situation, you have to keep God in mind, the faith. Then you become the most valuable human being to yourself, to the society, to your family, and in the workplace. So I'll just tell about perspective management. What is it? We have heard about management, everything. We haven't heard much about perspective. We haven't heard much about perspective, though perspective management, right? Perspective management is nothing but the whole aspect of management. How do we plan, we control, what are our traits, our leadership skills, how we behave at the workplace. Now, perspective can be of two contexts. One is an individual context, me or you, or in the workplace or the organization. So there are two aspects. One is the perspective of an individual, another is the perspective of the organization. Today's discussion will be based on the context of individual perspective. So it is all about how we plan, we communicate, we exercise our leadership, everything. That is the perspective. When we are in the school, college, and when we go to the workplace, as an individual, what all I need to concentrate on, I need to manage to become acceptable, and I contribute everywhere to the broader aspect or the people around me. How do I spread happiness? This is the most important thing in today's world. And believe me, when I was just thinking when I had a talk with Mr. Shomo that what topic would you like to choose? There are a lot many topics. I found that students should be first taught perspective management. That is the thing which the employers will expect every employee to be a good perspective manager so that he or she can become a really true leader. And post this COVID scenario, people with better perspective management are invariably would be sought after. So let's see what are all the skills, the few techniques. See this presentation which I'll be showing about perspective management will give you a wholesome idea. But frankly speaking, uh, a webinar of 1 or 2 hours or a day training of 1 day training is not sufficient because the subject matter is huge. But I have tried my best to collaborate all the best inputs. If you go through the net and elaborate and seek scholastic articles on the points which I have mentioned, definitely you will learn many things. But for your understanding, I have given for your instant ready reckoner for you to instantly recon to all those things. So I am straight away going to the perspective management. The connection is taking a bit of time. I am sorry. The creating a kind of
স্যার সবকিছুই একটা বিরাজমানটা যাচ্ছে, আমাদের একটু মেনে নিতে হবে এটা। কানেকশনের ব্যাপার অনেকটাই ডিপেন্ডেন্ট, কিছু করার নেই, কিন্তু অনেক সুবিধাও আছে এটার।
আচ্ছা এখন কি ওই পেন্সিল প্যারাবোলটাই আসছে না
আহ,
অন্য স্ক্রিন আসছে?
এই মুহূর্তে আপনার পাওয়ার পয়েন্ট প্রেজেন্টেশনটা ওপেন হচ্ছে, এরকম একটা কিছু দেখাচ্ছে। হ্যাঁ,
ওকে, ওপেন হবে তার মানে।
হ্যাঁ, হ্যাঁ, একটু ওয়েট করে যান স্যার, হয়ে যাবে।
ঠিক আছে, এসে গেছে।
হ্যাঁ স্যার, এসছে। আপনি এবার স্লাইড শোতে চলে গেলে এসে গেছে। স্লাইড শোতে চলে যান।
Okay, dear students, I'm starting my presentation on perspective management. So I am hopeful that this session will be very, very helpful for you in your life, throughout your life. Perspective management. Raise your game. We all play games. Games people play. So how do you raise your game? This is all about raising the game, your game, through perspective management. Again, I'm reiterating, perspective management is nothing. It is all about management. How you plan, you control, you manage, you exercise leadership in the organization and in your actions. So there are two contexts. One is the organizational context, one is the individual context. Here we are going to highlight on the individual perspective. How do I manage myself? How do I control myself? Moving to the next slide. So raising your game through perspective management. When I ask, you are asked, who are you? What do you answer? Probably we, I, you might be answering all of this or one of these. I am what I have. I am what I do. People may see me in that, what I have, what I do, and I am what people say about me, right? Broadly, these are the classification, these are the aspects which we think, answer when we are asked, who are you? Or I feel that what I have or what I do are probably the things what people say about me. So here, what I have does not necessarily means what you have materialistic. Materialistic world is very short-lived. Yes, you need to have material, but it is not everything. What you have with the qualities you have, which you encash. You know, on this question, who are you? What Jesus Christ answered, you will love to know. Jesus answered, I am God's beloved. So this was the answer from Jesus when he was asked, who are you? So you also should embed God's faith in you. You should have a faith on God. I'll come at a later stage why I am insisting that you should have a faith on God. You may be a believer or non-believer of God, that does not, but you should have a faith. Why? Because it helps control certain things. And why it is important, we'll be coming back to the next slides. Straight away, soft and transferable skills which employers look for nowadays. These were into very sought after. This will be more sought after post the scenario. Your ethics, integrity, value. What do you mean by ethics? I'll not highlight every point, but I will talk about this everything. But I'll share the uh, presentation so that you can refer it at a later stage and always in your life. Ethics, integrity, value. The primary factor for any employee joining an organization, a college, or in family life as an individual, ethics, integrity, values are the highest priority. What is ethics? You follow certain rules when you are in a college. I need to follow the rules, regulations of the college. What is integrity? My intention to be honest to the best possible way. It should not affect negatively to anybody. What are the values? Certain beliefs which I feel should is right. You should align yourself with those values. We talked about value system. So ethics, integrity, and values are the primary importance of and employee and employers look into these as the most sought after traits. These are not actually the skills, these are traits. These are not something which we can just train to be developing. You need to have a mindset. to have this. Then comes your attitude. You all have heard about attitude. Attitude is so important. In a slide later on, we will talk a brief about attitude. Self-confidence and courage. Yes, you should have a self-confidence to talk confidently and with courage. Yes, this is right, this is wrong. You should not overrule, but definitely you should not be submissive. You should stand up to your value system and you should stand against any odds. So that's called self-confidence. How much confident you are in what you are doing, what you are speaking, what you are influencing anybody. People will look at your confidence. Consistency and predictability. You should be consistent performer. We tell some players they are scoring some in 5 matches. In one match, somebody scores very high. In the other matches, cannot score. Do I take that player as a consistent player? No, not at all. She should perform continuously at a level, at a basic level, which is to be acceptable level. So your consistency plays a lot. You have to be consistent, not intermittent. Today I perform, tomorrow I don't perform. No. Predictability, predictable. People should be able to predict. Yes, I can judge this gentleman. I can predict that yes, he or she will be able to do this. So people should be able to predict you properly. Responsibility and accountability, definitely. You should own it. You should be responsible for what you do, what you say. You should be responsible for your actions. I have done a mistake. I should be responsible and accountable for that, not shying away. Time management. These are the personal skills, traits which an individual should have and employers also look for. Personal. Now, coming to the second aspect of interpersonal. From personal, now I have gone to the workplace. I am not alone. With me, my team members, my other departmental team members, all are there. So teamwork. How good am I? Am I a good team player? Am I fostering teamwork? What is my communication pattern and networking? Networking in the sense, how do I connect with others, with seniors, with juniors, with my colleagues, with my peers? That is very, very important. Empathy and listening. Do I feel people? If you have a junior, he is telling you something. Do I understand what man or the other person is having in his mind or her mind or speaking? You should listen empathetically, understand the pain or the feelings inside the other person's mind. So that is empathetic feeling. So you should listen. That's why God has given us 2 years. We should listen more, speak less. We should obviously speak, but we should have a detail for listening, empathetic listening, reflective listening, right? Problem solving, speed reading. Speed reading is very how quickly you can comprehend something. This is the meaning of speed reading. Problem solving is something which you will need. It is not only an organization. You need to solve problems. You should not highlight issues. You should be a problem solver. Employers don't want people who are only complaining. This, that, they only complaining. You solve problems. You will find many people in the workplace when you go, when you join a company, they will ask, okay, this is a problem. What is your solution? How do you solve? So you have to take a solution. I had a boss whom I could not go with complaint without an answer or some answers in my mind. He will ask, do you have any answers to you these problems? Tell me. It may be wrong, it may be right, but I need to have some solutions with me. Leadership traits. It is not a skill, it is the combination of various traits. I'll speak about leadership in a small slide later on. Social and psychological. We'll talk about social and psychological also. So these are the interpersonal skills or traits which an individual should possess or exhibit and employers look for. Going to the next slide. Mind your cues, mind your questions. One important thing you will be, we all know, we tell his IQ is very high. IQ, intelligent quotient. We are born with high IQ. Albert Einstein or Newton, we have high IQ, or other scientists who are of high IQ, right? We have already learned about, we all stress and highlight and already we have tried to highlight IQ as more influential, but it is not the scenario in the corporate world or in the career perspective. There are certain other cues which are equally important, even more important than IQ. Yes, you need to have certain level of IQ to do something, to give a rational thought. You should have a cognition. But then next coming is EQ, emotional quotient. How will you manage your emotions in a workplace? And how do you respond skillfully? Your one team member says something. How do you respond? How do you take it? How do you manage your emotions? That is more important than IQ. You know, in today's world, EQ is more important than IQ. You can have 30% IQ, no problem. Your IQ should be very high. EQ should be very high to be successful in today's world. So people, and most important is that we can't develop IQ much, but it is possible to improve our or develop our IQ to a large extent through certain practices, trainings, and of course, certain habits. Next, coming, which is the latest buzzword, and we must adhere to it, is the spiritual quotient, SQ, awakening your inner self. So, a human being is comprised of these three Qs primarily: IQ, EQ, and SQ. So these three comprises your total self. So minding your cues are very important. IQ, you cannot do much thing. EQ, yes, you can do. Spiritual quotient, yes, you can do. In a later slide, I'll show you, I have given pointers how you can improve your spiritual quotient. Going to the next slide. Emotional intelligence framework. What is that? I have talked about EQ. What is that? What is emotional intelligence? Very, very important perspective for us. What I see, what I do, what is my personal competence, what is my social competence. These four parameters are primary important in the EQ or emotional intelligence framework. What are those? Let's see. Self-awareness. Talk about self-awareness in a later slide. Self-management. How aware am I about myself? Am I self-aware or not? How do I manage self? What is my self-management strategy? How do I manage myself? How do I carry myself? Then comes social awareness. Am I aware about the social perspective, my surroundings, the people with whom I am working, my colleagues, or here my friends, my teachers? And how do I manage relationships? These relationships are the mainly relationship building at the workplace. These are not the family relationship part se, but definitely social relationship. How do we manage relationships? So these 8 parameters things comprising of emotional intelligence. Connected to this is very, very important factor which will be useful throughout your life to know yourself. Let's go. Let's see what is that. Prime importance is self-awareness. What is self-awareness? The ability to recognize and understand your moods, emotions, and drives their effect on others. How your moods, how your emotion, it affects others. Is a part of my self-awareness. Am I able to be aware? Am I aware about what my actions are making effect on others? You have to be aware on that. How to be aware? We will talk in the next slide. In with self-awareness comes the foundation of self-development and confidence. If you are not aware about yourself, you cannot develop yourself. You cannot self-develop yourself. You cannot build up confidence if you are not aware about yourself. Once you are aware about yourself, then only you can build yourself and you can build your confidence. Self-awareness, this can increases receive feedback from others. You can increase your self-awareness by receiving feedback from others. You should seek feedback. I'm going to another slide later on, which will tell you more about a tool which you should use and harness the benefit of self-awareness. This is prime important. We call it the Johari window. Jo Joseph and Harry, two psychologists, they have built this window. The x-axis and the y-axis, right? You have four quadrants. You have a open quadrant, blind quadrant, unknown quadrant, hidden quadrant. What are they? Open quadrant, information known to self, information known to others. Blind quadrant, information not known to self. I don't know about that, but others know about that. You can have something that your friends know about yourself, but you don't know that what is the problem with you. Sometimes it happens. Unknown, neither it is known to you, nor it is known to your friends or your colleagues or other people. They don't know, neither you know. And hidden, information you know, but certain information which is not known to others, it is only you plan, but it is not known to others. So these are the four basic quadrants in the Johari window. How Johari window is important in self-awareness or improving self-awareness. Coming to the going to the next slide. Very important on developing relationships, interpersonal relationships, awareness building. This slide is a advanced stage from the last one. You have joined a organization in a company. So number one is very small. Number one is small. I know, people know. All everybody knows. It is very less. It is less known. It is the unknown which is more. Neither you know, neither they know. Abhijit Saha, how is he? Neither you know, neither the people where I have joined, they know. This is the beginning of a relationship. You have joined a company. You are building up a relationship. As you proceed, interact with people, take feedback, this, that, then the closer relationship is built on. So now the four has become very small and one has become very big. Going back to the previous slide, what is that? Information known to others, information known to self. These have become bigger. Unknown has become smaller. That means people know how you are, you know how people are. So the relationship has gone closer. How to improve? You solicit feedback. In the x-axis, you see, you have to seek feedback about yourself. And you have to give feedback also to people. Self-disclosure. You have to disclose. You have to give. Tell to people, see, if this happens, I might be angry. If you do this way, I will behave. You have to uh, give feedback to people, talk to people, and also you need to take feedback. I spoke like this way. Was it very bad? How was it? Many people have felt bad about that. So you have to take feedback to improve on your self-awareness, on your relations. Very, very important. These two slides are very important on your self-awareness, which leads to interpersonal relationships and building up relationship at the workplace. So going to the next slide. Given a self-disclosure format, this is for you. You can take a printout and you can use it. So you will find out where you stand as a self-disclosure. Why self-disclosure is important? Because unless and until you tell frankly to people, you tell frankly what should be told. You should not tell everything. But there are certain things which you need to disclose. So what are those? What are those that you have to make that okay, these are the things I will disclose. These are very confidential. Let me not disclose, but you have to make a list of things which you have to disclose, and you have to tick and find out where do you stand in terms of disclosure. Self disclosure is very, very important. Going to the next slide. Winning trust at work. Everybody, would you like to trust somebody who has being untrusted, not trustworthy? You cannot believe somebody. Will you make friend with some such people? No. So organizations also look for people who are trustworthy. So as an individual, how do you create winning trust so that everybody trusts you? You are a winner of trust building, credibility. You have to establish your credibility. There are 3 points in that, sub points. I'm not going into details. You can refer at a later stage. Due to shortage of time, I'm going a bit speedy. You have to be reliable. People have to, you have to be reliable. The employer should rely on you. Your parents have to rely, okay, my son, my daughter can do this thing. This, this builds up trust. First is credibility. You have to develop your credibility. Yes, I'm credible. I can do this. After reliability comes your intimacy. How intimate you are. Intimate, not in the sense that up to what level you will be intimate, you have to decide on that, that this is the level of my intimacy with others. Should I talk ahead of that or should I keep a boundary? But you have to be intimate. Unless and until you are intimate, people will not trust you. If you stay away, not become very mixing up with people, not becoming intimate, so people will not trust you. So intimacy is also a very good factor and an important factor of trust building. You will see the equation of trust in the next slide. So these are credibility, reliability, and intimacy. These are the three prime factors. And then last but not the least, this is also equally important, is self-orientation. How much you are oriented. In a meeting, do you give others a chance to talk? Do you listen with the intention to listen? Yes, you are really listening. You are responsible for your failures. When you fail, you say, yes, I have done this wrong, that's why I failed. You have to be brave enough, courageous enough to tell. This is self-orientation. This is very much required. You have to be trustworthy. These are the things which builds up trust. Now let us see what is the equation, trust equation. Is the trust equation is the previous factors, all additive factors, credibility, reliability, intimacy divided by self-orientation, right? So you can see in the net how this works out. This slides will be with you. You can refer back. Going to the next slide. Personality development. There are a lot of things. I'm going for a job. I'm going for an interview. So I need to have a good personality. So there are classes which you attend, personality development. There may be a lot of theories, lot of things. See, personality development is an exercise. It can be done in a 1 year webinar or half an hour webinar. Okay. What I'm had among many articles available, I find Swami Vivekananda's concept of personality development is the best. And you will also agree to me. What he has said, physical self, as an individual, you need to have a good physical self. You should be, it is not that I am healthy or I am a bodybuilder, not like that. Your physical self should be appealing. Your physical self should be such that people will instantly step you. Then you have to show the energy with that. Okay, you are energetic. I am not lazy or I'm not being lethargic. Intellectual self. How do I speak? Do I speak logic? Logic. We read a lot of comments on Facebook. You will find some of the comments or reactions are very bogus. People don't use logic. Somehow they have to write. They see something, respond something. You find you will disturbed also. It is not intellectual. Intellectual is what is my cognition? How do am I carrying myself with logic, with rational, mental self? How mentally strong you are, and blissful self. You have to be happy always. There will be situation like the pencil I have told. You will face hindrance. Your boss will be not as you like, as you expect. He will be different or she will be different, but you have to move on. So always you have to be in a blissful mood. Sometimes we have to show that we are blissful. Something has happened which you can share, you can't share with your parents. They might get disturbed or they may get negatively affected. So you have to show blissfulness. So Swami Vivekananda told about these 5 personality factors, which are very, very important. Practice this, you will definitely, in the net, you will definitely find a lot of material on this, develop on this. Going to the next slide. So I'm not detailing skills to increasing spiritual intelligence. What I told about spiritual quotient, it is something from your own. Nowadays, we hear a lot of gurujis like Sri Ravi Shankar, Sadhguru, Baba Ramdev, and there may be a lot of spiritual gurus. We had spiritual leaders earlier, Swami Vivekananda, Sri Aurobindo, Ramakrishna Paramahansa, and many others, Mother Teresa. So we go to spiritual leaders for what? Finding happiness, finding the self, something we are trying to find something. We are not mentally happy. Going there gives us a bliss. So you practice all these things. Definitely your spiritual intelligence, spiritual quotient will improve. Right? So I'm not going. There are many factors which will overlap on one another, but anyway, practicing all of these will be helpful for you, developing your perspective. Some elements of success, right? So here also I have given certain pointers. We tell success, success, success. I am very successful. He is successful. I want to succeed. What is success? So there are certain points which you need to follow to be successful. Define your success and follow these points to reach your success. In this, first of all, believe in yourself. You have to believe that, yes, I can do, I can succeed. That is the first and foremost thing. And you have a lot of other kind of qualities you have to develop, you have to practice to improve upon. Second is attitude. I have a slide later on attitude, which is very, very important in today's parlance, yesterday, and also future. So going to the next slide, attitude is everything. Smile. You have a good attitude. Always stay positive. Attitude is everything. You add up the alphabets. We know many of you might be knowing A, T, T, I, T, U, T, D. A is one, if you number one, T is number 20 in the alphabetical list. So you add up all the alphabets of attitude, it comes to 100. That means attitude makes 100%. You can do hard work, you might have knowledge, but if you don't have attitude, you will not succeed. Attitude is everything. Believe me, attitude is everything. Even slight lacking of knowledge or slight lack of hard work might also work. So I'm not telling that those should be ignored, but you should always have a winning attitude. Success begins in the mind. These are the broad three factors. Your attitude is your window to the world. You should believe that you are a human magnet. You picture your way to success. What is your success looks like? You have to picture that. You have to draw a picture of success. Yeah, success is like this. Make commitment, and you see you will make wonders. Keep the commitment. Do the commitment. Turn your problems into opportunities. Don't see problems as problems. See them as opportunities and work on them. Wonderful things will happen. Second, watch your words. What you say. What you say becomes your belief, action. It becomes a reaction to other people. So your words should be watched. What you say is very, very careful. Once said, you cannot take back. Somebody asks you, how are you? You should tell, yes, I'm very good. Positive, staying positive, and stop complaining. Don't complain. So again, when we complain, all negative words come out. So that is why you should watch your words. Heaven helps those who act. Yes, heaven is God also. God helps those who act. You have to act. Nothing can come freely. Or you can't be lucky that, okay, my luck will favor and something miraculous will happen. No, you have to act. You have to do. Associate with positive people. Confront your fears and grow. Don't be fearful. Right? That how can I do it? Wow, you be failure. No problem. Try that. Sometimes in our student life, we are this math, this numerical thing is very tough. I should not approach. Approach it. Try to do on your own. You fail, but you learn from that. Networking and get results. Networking means again connecting with new people and get results. So these are very, very important in your attitude building. Going to next slide. The devil didn't make you do it. You want to do something, but the devil, you have heard about the devil, doesn't want to make. So here is a table. You can use it. What I want to accomplish means what I want to achieve. What prevents me or what are the obstacles? So what can I do? Work on this. Use this table and you will definitely come out with your solution. Yes, this is the problem. This is where I should go. These are the problems and this is the way I should go ahead. And another important aspect, always be positive in even a negative event. Something negative has happened, but keep yourself in a positive mode. React positively, don't react negatively. The event can be negative, but your outcome, your reaction to that, your response should be positive. This becomes a very, very good factor in attitude building and positive mindset. So nobody can prevent you to do anything good. All of these two tables. Going to the next slide. Leadership traits. I'll not speak much about this. Leaders, we talk about leader. In political leaders, in organization, there are a lot of leaders. People think about, I am a leader, but everybody is not a leader. Everybody might be a manager, but not a leader. To be a leader, you need to have vision. You need to have ethics and integrity. You need to have decision making skills. You need to have networking and influence. You have to influence people, not by force. People should be pulled towards you. I speak in such a way, people come to me. It is not that I bring people by force. Empathy and neutrality. These are the traits you should have to be a leader. These are the primary things. Not that there are a lot of traits and skills, but these are the primary bricks to become to make the foundation of leadership. There are a lot of leadership theories. You will have a lot of books, but primary things, visioning. What very important? What you see? Are you see the you are like a sales manager. He is having a team of people who has to achieve a target. Does he has a vision? How people will do? Does he disseminate that vision to the team members? Can his people also see that vision? That is very, very important. Then comes ethics, integrity. Am I ethical? Am I doing things ethically? What is ethics? Some certain norms we have talked about it earlier that ethics and integrity are very important. Integrity is your intention of doing something right. To be honest, decision making, a very, very important skill. You have seen in earlier slide about problem solving. Again, coming back to decision making. Yes, it is very, very important. How you make your decision determines whether you will be able to become a leader or not. Everybody can be a manager, but not a leader. Networking and influence. How do you connect with people? How do you influence people? Is your team member coming and taking some advice from you? I have a problem. Can you help me out on this? Are they sharing their family issues with you? Yes. Then you can say that you have really created a positive influence. You have been empathetic. Your networking is right. And networking for improvement. I network with good people, people who are positive, who can help me out. Empathy and neutrality. I see people in their own shoes. In their shoes, I have a neutrality. I don't have bias, niggas. You should not be biased. You should be neutral. Leader behaviors. So these are the important leader behavior. One is task oriented, one is relations oriented, one is change oriented. Right? As a leader, everybody will be exhibiting these kind of behaviors. One is task oriented, one is relations oriented, one is change oriented behavior. And I've given certain examples. Some examples you can see them later on. But these are the broad headings for of the trait of behaviors which the leader has to show or exhibit. Going to the next slide. Very important. Make things happen. I do it, I do it, I do it, I do it. No. Make things happen. How? Yes. You have to make things happen. As a student, I have to make this happen. I have to score 80%. I have to score 90%. I have to be the first in the college. I have to be first in the university. Make a start. Write a vision. You have to be a vision statement. Self motivate, always motivating. That's why spiritual question is very important. How do you awaken yourself from inside? Are you being able to do that? There is a list given. Practice those. You will definitely improve your spiritual question. Specify. You should be specific, whether on job, whether about your studies. Make action plan. Set deadline. This is the deadline. Action plan without deadline is nothing. Post your plan, keep your plan every day, even follow a diary. In workplace also, diary or calendar maintenance is of prime importance. You should maintain a diary or calendar on your mobile or your written diary. That these are the things I do today. Done, not done. Carry it to the next day. Okay, speak up. When you are in problem, speak up. This is the problem. I am not able to, in your class, you are not able to understand anything. Talk to the professors. In your workplace, things not happening. Talk to your boss, talk to the manager, talk to the HOD. You should speak up in a manner which is as per the organization norms. But you should speak up. Don't keep shy. Monitor your progress. Yes, I have set a deadline. Monitor, am I monitoring my progress? Without monitoring your progress, you can't. You have to be persistent. We have told about consistency, continuous. You have to be persistent till the goal is achieved. I have to achieve. I have to achieve it. Scoring 96% is my goal. I have to achieve it. So you have to be persistent, continuity, and reward yourself. If you do something, reward yourself. Small reward. Okay, let me go to a shop, buy something for me, maybe a deo or a t-shirt, rewarding myself, feeling happy is very, very important. How do you reward yourself? Yes, Abhijit, you have done. Talk to yourself. Spare some time in a day where you talk to yourself. Today, what I have done, what I could not do. How was my day? Have I done anything great? Can I say it is a successful day? Practice this day. So these are the pointers which will help you. Going to next slide. What is inside your bubble? Why we told human is the bubble. We burst. In a situation, we burst like a bubble. Okay. So, what is inside your bubble? When it bursts, is it of negativity or is it positivity? Here comes your perspective. Develop a healthy perspective. Right? When you burst and you are having a healthy perspective, it will affect positively the people, not negatively. They will love. So here are again pointers. Practice these pointers. Look and practice at these pointers. You will definitely develop a healthy perspective. Very, very important. Okay, this will build up your attitude also. I have given a lot of pointers. Follow these pointers. You will definitely shine, I can guarantee you. And going to next. We have talked a lot about everything, but one thing is very, very important. See, your college, you have enrolled in a college, taken admission in BBA. After that, you may go for job or go for MBA. Many students in MBA talk to the college. Am I given a guarantee? Do you guarantee a placement? Is everything. See, people cannot give you guarantee about your own actions. You have to synchronize. You have to study well. You have to synchronize. How do you synchronize yourself with the organization or the institute or your studies? Here are the questions. Ask these questions in your mind. That am I able to synchronize? Ask and answer the following questions. Yes, this will give you the synchronizations, what you need to do. Very easy. Please follow. Throughout your life, this will be immensely helpful for you. What do, while you are working in a team, what do we need to do? What do we need to do? What do I need to do? That means, what is my role? This is a question I should ask. What are the main activities to be done by me? What do I do in these activities? How much time goes in each activity? What unique contribution are expected from my position? You are an employee of an organization. Okay, what the organization expects from you, you have to answer, you have to ask and answer that question in yourself. What the organization expects from me? What should I do to be rated as excellent? As an employee, everybody says, okay, Mr. X or Miss X, Y is excellent. So what it is? What should I do to be rated at excellent? People should point at me that I am really excellent. So these are the questions which you should ask and you should answer. Automatically you will see your career is going ahead. You are getting synchronized with the organization. Don't rely on anything else. Yes, if anything else comes in your way, that is benefit. But you have to yourself take care of yourself and synchronize yourself by asking these questions. What I have to do to be rated as excellent and unique. So practicing all these with a very healthy perspective, what you become is something you all love to have. Yes, I am a winner. You can proudly say, I am a winner. I am a winner. I am a winner. Right? With that, I end my presentation. So it was all about perspective management. A very brief thing. It is a very big subject. It can't be completed in 1 hour time or a 1 day training because each of the topics has lot of aspects attached to it. But I have tried to put them in a single slide so that the students, I believe, if they can refer to that, they will become good students, good human beings, and influence the society in a meaningful way. So with all my blessings to the students, and my entire thanks to Techno India for giving me the privilege to share my thought pattern. Hope it was enjoyable. Thank you very much for being patient.